Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk about our outreach event this coming Saturday. We've been talking about it a lot, and I just wanted to kind of expand on what we've been talking about because there's still some maybe confusion about what we're doing. Really, the primary goals for this event are to get out into our community, into our neighborhood, get to know people, pray with people, and then to invite them to Resurrection Weekend. I know some of you get a little freaked out when we start talking about street evangelism. Let me help you. That's not what this is. All we're doing is getting out and getting to know our neighbors. We're not, there'll be opportunities, of course, to evangelize, certainly to share the gospel, but that's not what we're going out to do. We're going out to get to know people, to pray for them, and that's what we do, right? We love on each other, and we're just going to do that out in the neighborhood, out in the community. So we've set aside this particular time on Saturday to be intentional about engaging our community, but really what we want is for this to be a theme or a posture for us here at CC&E every day for each of us to be intentional about engaging those around us, be intentional about connecting with people and letting them know that we care. So what happened on that day? We'll meet here at 9 o'clock here at the church. We'll get together for a little bit. We'll kind of have some assignments. We'll direct people where to go. We'll pair people up or put people in groups. Then we're going to leave here and we're going to go out in the community. We've got a couple of neighborhoods picked out that we're going to go to. We'll probably go across the street to Kroger, talk to some people in the parking lot there, and just go out together in groups into the communities and get to know people. After that, we'll come back here for lunch together, a debriefing time, and a time of prayer together, because really, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in a minute, but we want to hear the stories. We want to hear about the engagement. So that's what that time following is going to be. It's going to be lunch, prayer, and a debriefing with the stories and the engagements. As we go out, we'll all have these invite cards. So at the bottom of the card, place for folks' information, and on the back, their prayer requests. What we'll do is we can tear that part off. It's perforated for easy tear. Bring these parts. This is the part that we'll bring back. This is the part that we're going to pass along and we're going to be praying over. The part that we leave with whoever it is we're talking to has times for Resurrection Weekend events. And on the back, it's got our information and a QR code that'll send them to a landing page to learn more about who we are and what we believe. And then there's also a space that you, having had that interaction with them, can leave your information that they can contact you directly. So we'll all have these cards and they'll be available starting this weekend up through the outreach event. So what's next? First, if you haven't already signed up, sign up. Do it. Be a part of it. Be a part of this family going out and meeting the rest of our family out in the neighborhood. If you can't be with us on that day, we understand, but you're not completely off the hook. Again, we want this to be a pattern for all of us in our everyday lives. You can commit to, whether it's going out into your neighborhood, you can do it at your place of employment, or you can do it at the grocery store. Grab a couple of the invite cards and do exactly what we're going to be doing on that Saturday. Take prayer requests, get to know people, listen to people's story, and invite them to be with us. Whether it's Resurrection Weekend or any other Sunday morning, we want people to know, again, we're here and to join us on a Sunday morning. And the last thing, we really are excited about hearing the stories that come from the engagements over these invite cards, the stories behind the prayer requests. So what we're going to do, we want this to be a community effort here, a family effort. So we've created in the app, in the messaging part of the app, a group called Outreach Stories. Every one of you can go through the app to your messaging, select Outreach Stories, and be a part of that messaging group. And what we'll do there, we'll share stories of what God did while we were talking to people, what He did after we talked to people, maybe what He did before we talked to people, whatever that is. We're going to start sharing those stories within that, and hopefully it'll be an encouragement for everybody else that either wasn't with us or hasn't had a chance to invite somebody or get to know somebody new in the neighborhood. So that's the last part of it. I know it's a lot. We're going to continue to talk about it, but the main thing is we just, as a family, We want to get out and get to know our neighbors and let our neighbors know we care. More importantly than that, let them know that God cares. And He cares about our community, He cares about this community, and He cares about everything that goes on here. So look forward to seeing you next Saturday, March 25th.